Today, class, we'll continue our study, our lesson on the human body. Remember, last week we talked about the different parts of the human body and how they worked. Well, today we will talk about different things that can happen to our body and how they might make us feel. This book, Parts, is going to be a fun read aloud, and it may even gross a few of you out, but we'll probably get a good laugh from this story. So our goal for reading today is to use our context clues to figure out how the main character is feeling. Remember, feeling is the same word as emotion. So who can tell me how they're feeling today? Please raise your hand. Yes, happy, sad, and grumpy, those are all feelings a person can experience. Now, who can tell me what context clues are? And yes, context clues are little hints or bits and pieces of information that the author gives you while you're reading the book and looking at the illustration. So looking at the front cover of our book, our title is Parts. So who can tell me who the author and illustrator are? I'll give you a hint. The author and illustrator of this book is the same person. Yeah, Ted Arnold. Very good. Now let's start using our context clues. Remember, our purpose of reading the story is to use our context clues to describe the main character's feelings. So based on the front cover, how do you think the main character is feeling? Yeah, worried, anxious, scared, and nervous. So I'm wondering why the main character looks worried. Do you want to take a guess based on the title of this book, Parts, why he may be feeling worried, scared, anxious? Wonderful guesses. Yeah, now let's see. By seeing, let's read and find out. Parts, and little parts. Parts by Ted Arnold. I just don't know what's going on or why it has to be, but every day it's something worse. What's happening to me? I think it was 3 days ago I first became aware that in my comb were caught a couple pieces of hair. So, based on looking at this picture, what do you think the story is going to be about? Do you think that his emotions will change? Or will stay the same throughout the story? Let's read and find out some more. I stared at them, amazed and more than just appalled. To think that I was only 5 and starting to go bald. Appalled. That is a big word. Can we use our context clues to figure out what this word appalled means? Let me reread it. And keep your listening ears on for you. Tell me what the word appalled means. I stared at them, amazed and more than just a bit appalled. To think that I was only 5 and starting to go bald. Any guesses? Well, let's look at the illustration. So how does a boy look? Like, what's his feelings? Yeah. He looks scared, confused, worried, terrified, shocked, and horrified. Yeah, I think the word appalled means all of those things. Awesome job. Okay, let's continue to read. Then later on, I don't recall exactly when it was, I lifted my shirt and found this little piece of fuzz. I stared at it, amazed, and wondered what this is all about. But then I understood. It was my stuffing coming out. Next day, when I was outside playing with the water hose, I saw that little bits of skin were peeling from my toes. I stared at them, amazed, and then I gave a little groan. To think that pretty soon I might be peeled down to the bone. Groan. How would you give me a little groan? Very good. So what does groan mean? Yeah, it means like a little sigh. Then yesterday, before my bath, as I took off my clothes, a chunk of something gray and wet fell right out my nose. Ugh. I stared at it, amazed, and thought I should be feeling pain. Well, wouldn't you if you just lost a piece of your brain? Ooh. So now, today, I'm sitting here enjoying Dr. Seuss, and suddenly I realized a tooth is coming loose. I wiggled it, amazed and dismayed, too horrified to speak. Without my teeth, how can I eat? Already I feel weak. Now I'm really worried, and I am as scared as I can be. Because finally what's happening is very clear to see. So this word, dismayed, what does it mean? Well, let me reread it and try to use our context clues. I wiggled it, amazed, dismayed, too horrified to speak. Without my teeth, how can I eat? Already I feel weak. Now I'm really worried. I am scared as I can be, because finally what's happening is clear to see. So I think dismayed means worried, based on our context clues. The glue that holds our parts together isn't holding me. Oh no. And now I'm thinking to myself, what's next in line to go? Might it be my ears? Might it be my eyeballs? How is a kid supposed to know? One day I might be playing ball and have my arm fall off. Oh no. Or maybe I could lose my head if I suddenly coughed. Whew. Quite soon, I will be in pieces, a pile without a shape. Thank goodness Dad keeps lots and lots and lots of masking tape. What, you forgot to tell me teeth fall out? And when they do, some brand new teeth will soon begin to sprout. So sprout. So what does that word mean? I'll read this phrase again. And when they do, some brand new teeth will soon begin to sprout. Maybe that means to grow. Because you remember his teeth are falling out and some brand new teeth are coming in. So sprout means to grow, like come back in. So what have you learned about your bodies? Yeah, very good. My hair, my skin, and everything, there's nothing I should fear. So all of me is is normal? Woo! That's really good to hear. When the boy learns this, how does his feeling change? Yeah? Can you think of some words or phrases that the author uses? And what about the pictures? Then tell me, what's this yellow stuff I got out of my ear? The end. That's our end of the parts book. But before I dismiss y'all back to your tables, let's turn to each other, find a partner, and tell each other about the things the character lost from his body. Yeah. Okay, now turn back to your partner and discuss how the character felt in the story. You can use the vocab words, you can use based on the illustrations you remember, just anything that describe how the character felt over the story. Remember, context clues. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna ask the whole a question. So all of y'all a question. Do you remember any of the words the author used to describe how the boy was feeling? Awesome, yes. And then that's the end of my parts read aloud.